Quarterback Stone Earl, 15 of 25, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns, and rushed for another 53 yards. We'll open up with questions.
Well, obviously, in a game like that, that comes down to the wire, that's got to be exciting. Take me through the emotions on the last drive when you're watching the defense kind of go out there and do their thing.
Man, I just not only was I like praying that they got to stop and they got to a lot of fourth downs and a couple unfortunate calls, but at the end of the day, I knew I faced this defense every day since I got here, and I know like I have complete trust in those guys and that they'll come up with the win. So I'm extremely proud of that group of guys and just finding a way. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can clean up, a lot of things that we know can take us to the next level that we got to make those plays, and specifically like me. But I know at the end of the day, like we just wanted to win, so that's good.
Stone, that was a huge answer when they had scored to tie it up, and you guys, I think AJ had a couple of huge runs, and then you hit Fitzpatrick there. How much did that kind of buoy your spirits, because they had kind of dominated the second half on the scoreboard anyway?
Yeah, I would say like it was good to bounce back after that fumble I had, and just being able to respond and play the next play and not worry about what happened because you can't go in the past and change it. So I thought our guys did a great job responding and just going out there and playing the next play, one play at a time. And then, I mean, the O-line and running backs, like those guys did their thing, and I'm extremely proud of just the whole offense finding a way to win, because I know once we clean up the things that we fell a little short of, like we can do a lot of special things and put a lot of points on the board. So.
Obviously important to finish down in the red zone. You guys, they're in that first half, 3 trips to the red zone, came out with a touchdown and 2 field goals. Just, what does it take to convert those 3-point chances into touchdowns?
Honestly, just the little things, like whether it's me finding my back in the check down or just like depth of receivers, or just small things change those 3 points into 7 at the end of the day. So it'll be cool to go back and watch the film and see what we can correct, and just find ways to be a lot more efficient and explosive.
So how much does a kind of a gut check help you guys going into conference play? Because you didn't have any fourth quarter games up until now, and this is a big physical team. They're good. And for you guys to pull it out, that's got to kind of help your confidence.
Yeah, I would say just with the schedule we've had so far, like this team has faced a lot of adversity, and just being able to respond and having to go out there after something bad happens and put our best foot forward and play the next play. That's one thing that this team has been through. So like going into conference, I feel extremely just extremely well about the group of guys that we have, and I know that we'll correct the little things and make something happen in the Sun Belt. So
You talked about that fumble that you had, but in response to that, the defense gets you the ball back. And, when you guys go back out on the field after the defense forces that turnover, just how much did you want to, make something happen to kind of as a thank you to them?
Those guys did a great job of responding after the mistake I made, and I know those guys always had my back, so it was cool to actually see that in game terms. And once they got that fumble, I was pumped, because I knew like we were about to go down there and put this ball in the end zone, which we ended up doing. So just extremely proud of the guys for playing the next play and not letting the last play affect us.
When you guys start offensively like you did today and last week,
Yeah.
How much does that help just overall morale going into the rest of the game?
I would say it sets the tone. Like once you put a touchdown on the board, the first drive, these past weeks, like it just sets a tone. Like, okay, now that's the expectation every drive, and we got to do a better job. I got to do a better job of leading us down the field and capitalizing on every drive we have, because I know like everybody sees we can do it, so why not do it every time? So we got to have that mentality.
Anything further for Stone? Alrighty,
Thank you guys. God bless.
Appreciate you. Tackles and possibly one really big forced fumble down the stretch in this one. Questions?
Jabbar, you just take me through that play. Obviously they were backed up into 3rd and long, and you guys felt like you were sending a lot of pressure. Just walk me through what you saw.
What we saw was that we worked on. It's so funny because we worked on it all practice. every week, and Coach Street put me in the right position to make the plays. He put me at the inside to make the play, and I saw the quarterback step up, and I was bull rushing, and I just stripped him. We did a peanut punch. We do a peanut punch every practice, or every Tuesday and Wednesday. My bad. So, and it worked. So.
Jabari, is it something as simple as you and Mike and the guys on the front saying someone's on that last drive, they're going down to possibly tie it, maybe try to go for 2 to win it, to just someone make a play? I mean, is it simple as that?
Not really. It was more of everybody doing their job, because we got to be more consistent going on into conference play if we're gonna beat everybody, I guess. Because it's just more of doing our job. We don't need nobody to make a play, because really Mike did his job and made the play. Because that's what, at the end of the day, that's where it's gonna take you, to the play, reading your keys and stuff.
What did they do differently in the second half where they were able to move it on you? Just they got a great offensive line and a good running back. Was it just they just kind of caught fire?
Yeah, I think they just. I ain't gonna lie to you, they had a great second half, because they just attacked what we were weak at, and at the end of the day we're gonna fix it, because that's what we do. And they had a great second half, and we just need to stop it next time. We just need to do what we were doing in the first half.
That last drive, the last play, the 4th down, stadium's into it. You guys have a chance to go out there, and that's kind of the moments any football player growing up lives for. Just walk me through the mentality of that last drive, because you forced a fumble, and then they picked it up, got the first down on 4th down, but you guys stuck with it.
Yeah, we ended up, we just had to. They told us to keep him in the pocket and make sure he doesn't run, and that's what we did. And he threw an incompletion, so it was great.
Anything further? Thanks, Mark.
Good, thank you.
Appreciate it. 15 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss today.
He's got a senior in high school. He's got to make the dad jokes now.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, JJ, big defensive drive there to end the game. Just walk me through the mentality going into that, knowing that it was, stop them or, don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to give all the honor and the glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I mean, I play this game to glorify Him. So, I mean, everything that He's done on the field today, I have to give Him all the credit for. But to your question, I just feel like we stepped up as a team. A little bit of adversity there on that 4th down stop that we thought we had to stop on, fumbled the ball. I thought it was incomplete, or I probably would have jumped on the ball, but I thought they blew the whistle, but I guess we play on. I mean, that just kind of shows our mentality, for our defense. I'm proud of everybody that went out there and played ball.
What was the conversation, JJ, down that last drive? Because you did have that play. I think there was also an interference that kept their drive alive. So it's getting down to crunch time. Did you say anything? Were there words exchanged? Or you look in each other's eyes and just say, let's go get a stop?
We kept saying, shoot the 3. We refer to Steph Curry in clutch situations. Coach Huff brought it up. I just kept screaming, shoot the 3. And that was, we had our offenses back out there, going out there. And then we just kept saying, shoot the 3. And we ended up shooting the 3.
You had 2 guys, Jabari and Mike, just disruptive on that front. And a lot of times you'll see some passes that go, wayward or whatever. It's not because the quarterback missed. It's because those guys were harassing them. So all you guys working together, that's how you win a football game down the stretch, right?
Yeah, it's really nice in the back end knowing we got Mike and all the other dudes up there hunting the quarterback, especially when we get them into passing situations. It makes our job a lot easier when we know that they're not really going to have a lot of time in the pocket to throw the ball down the field.
You made a couple big stops yourself. I think of forced him into a 3rd and long. I think it was on that last drive. But just talk about how you fly around out there, because it seems like once you kind of eye where you're going, you can get there quick.
Yeah, I mean, film study, preparation, just kind of put me in the right spot to just knowing what their tendencies are and what they do. I remember the play I made was kind of similar to one the safety from Ohio State made on the exact same play. So in my head, I was thinking I'm going to do the exact same thing when they run this play, and it kind of just played out that way. So, it worked out.
Coach said this is, the kind of game that culture wins. When it's not just, okay, we're playing to win, but, we don't want to lose. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think that this was a good game to have, especially somewhat early. I mean, I say early, but we're third into the season. But this is a good test for us as a team. They have Western Michigan has a great team, and they came out and they played hard too. So I got to give them credit. They did really well in all this. They did everything that they wanted to do, and we ended up doing everything that we wanted to do, just a little bit more. So.
What adjustments did they make in the second half?
I feel like they just started to run the ball more on the perimeter. They were trying to do a lot of the crack blocks to get the corners one-on-one and tackling situations. So definitely credit their offensive coordinator, but I really credit Coach Seymour because he made the adjustments too when we got back out.
The 2014 Conference USA Championship team was recognized today. Do you remember where you were when that happened?
I don't remember where I was, but wasn't that Cato? Yeah, I remember that team for sure. I don't remember watching the championship game, but I came to a couple games that year.
Last thing, JJ, just on your big win here at non-conference. Now you go to Sun Belt, so it's Sun Belt from here on out. It's a nice way to go into conference play.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, just a good test for us somewhat early into the season, heading into conference play. It was good for us to kind of get our feet wet in like a strong battle like that towards the end of the game. So I'm glad that we had it this week, and it'll help us going into the season.
When you hear that stadium come alive, just how much energy does that give you? How much does that help the team?
Yeah, we obviously knew that the rain was going to kind of cut down the numbers of the fans, but they still came out and they supported, and I thank them for all coming out to the game even while it was raining. And the fans that were there were obviously pretty loud when it came down to the clutch moments. So I got to credit them. It really does give us energy and fuel to go out there and play hard.
Anything further for JJ?
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead and open up for questions.
Well, AJ, tie ball game. You have two big runs to get him down in striking distance, and then that go-ahead touchdown to Fitz. Just walk me through that drive. How important was that for the offense to go out there and execute? Did you feel like that it was your guys' moment to make a play?
Yeah, it was a big drive, especially it being like towards the back end of the game. We had to finish, and my O-line, they dominated the line of scrimmage, so I knew I could just run behind them and just find the crease to make the play. But as far as it being the last end of the game, we just knew we had to finish.
Coach was talking about how you guys were backing each other, offense and defense, because you had to get a stop to win that game.
Yeah.
And he said that was something he noticed about this year's team. Is that something you see in this squad, a little more togetherness?
Yeah, it's definitely something we harp on. Offense, one time offense might be clicking, defense might be clicking, but we just got to back each other up. It's everything not going to be always good on both sides. It's football. It's just not going to go like that. So when defense needs somebody to help them, offense got to step up, and vice versa.
How about you having now 3 breakaway runs already this year? Is there something to that? Just great blocking, and you go. It looks like once you see, you're just out the gate.
Yeah, it's basically my O-line, man. They dominate the line of scrimmage. I put my trust in them. We got some great O-linemen. They've been working their ass off, so I just been putting my trust in my O-linemen, man, just hitting the crease.
From your perspective, obviously you're watching that last drive, and it seemed like every time it was going to come to an end, it didn't. It kept going, and then there's a lengthy review. Just walk me through your perspective of that last drive and kind of cheering on the defense to go out there and do their thing.
Yeah, honestly, I was confused because I was thinking I'm about to go back on the field, so I'm thinking about to go back on the field, and they it's too much happening, so I was just but I was just cheering the defense on. I knew the defense was going to get the stop because, I see how they work, so. But, yeah, I was a little confused, honestly.
I think we all were at that point in the game. Yeah. But, I asked Stone the same question. When you guys start the game offensively like you did this week, like you did last week, and, it's a touchdown drive right out of the gate, how much more confidence does that give you heading into the rest of the game, knowing that, hey, okay, we did it?
Yeah, it gives us an extreme amount of confidence. We've been practicing all week, certain plays, certain looks. We do all the walkthroughs and stuff, so it's all for something. It's all to come out and just put it on the show and perform.
Is it rewarding for that offense to finally start to see that potential? I know the first couple weeks were, obviously had a good game against Stony Brook, but struggled a little bit against Virginia Tech, but to finally see the wheels starting to turn together, is that rewarding for an offense?
Yeah, it's rewarding, but I still feel like we're not clicking all the way. We still got a lot of more room to grow. We still got a lot of things to clean up. But as far as we are getting better, but we just got to continue to get better.
You spent, I think we've talked about this before, but a couple seasons behind some really great backs. But
Yeah.
to be able to kind of make this your moment, what's that meant to you now? Now 4 games into it, or 3 games into it. No, 4. Yeah, I can't count.
Yeah.
We're black and white.
Yeah, it's meant a lot, though, because, Sheen, that was my boy. Kalen, that was my boy. And I learned a lot from them, too. They taught me a lot. They taught me about discipline. They taught me toughness. And now it's just my turn to put it on display of what I learned from them guys.
Anything further?
All right, y'all have a good day.
That forced the 4th and 3 prior to the incompletion.
Yeah,
Questions
Mike,
for Mike?
that last drive seemed to go on forever, whether it was extended because of a penalty or review or a turnover that wasn't a turnover. But you guys buckled down defensively. Just kind of walk me through that last drive and what's going through your guys' head as a defense.
Yeah, so all week, Coach Huff, he did a good job emphasizing the way and the ability to respond. So when things are going good, when things are going wrong, what are you wanting to do next? So I think that's one thing that we emphasized in this game is not everything is going to go in our favor. I know they had some good drives, and on the last drive, they were marching down the field. And I was just kept trying to tell the guys, like, hey, well, we just need 3 plays. We just need 3 plays to stop them, 4th down. And then we knew that we was going to have some guys that was going to need to make some plays. So I just think when you emphasize the ability to respond, that helps the defense lock into a different level. And I think that just led to the success that we had in the last drive.
Mike, is there anything said in that among you guys, or is it just you know your drill, do your job? I mean, everybody, Jaden does his thing, and on the front, you and Jabari, and then JJ and the guys on the back. So it's just like you know what you're supposed to do. Let's go do it and win the game.
Yeah, we all get together right before we run out on the field, or if we're on the field, we try to do a good job with coming together as one. Is if that's shaking each other's hands, patting each other's on the helmet, saying, "Hey, come on, let's go!" Like we just want to give some affection to our teammates, just so they know that we got your back, and I want you to have my back. So I kind of think that creates a different type of like a bond, and I think that's the reason why we are able to as they'll say, blow up in those type of situations.
I know you talked about Jabari and kind of the threat he can be on this defense. To see him make that play and, that in a tie game in the 4th quarter, that's a huge play. And,
Yeah.
Leads right to the go-ahead score. Just what's it like to see him kind of come into those moments and grow into those shoes?
Yeah, so I'm from the first few times I did these interviews, I was saying that Jabari is one of those type of dudes that he's going to do his job. He's probably not going to come out and make these humongous plays. He's not going to just do some extravagant stuff, but he's going to do his job, and that's what lead to him to make a play. He's just disciplined. He knows what to do. He knows the defense, and like it's in the back of his hand. And I think that's probably the reason why he made that play, is because he just knows what to do, how to do it, and when to do it.
As a defense, you guys held them 3 points there in the first half. They come out and obviously made some changes like teams are going to do. But to be able to kind of collect yourself and come up with the stops when you need and force a couple turnovers. Just how big was that to respond? I mean, you've talked about that already.
Yeah, I mean it was huge for us. We knew that these guys wasn't going to be no pushovers. We know that we was going to have to go out there and give them our all. And I think we showed good respect because the way we prepared. We knew these guys wasn't just going to just be some dudes that are just out there and just trying to play and just get through the day. Now these dudes are the type of guys that they're going to finish their blocks, and they're going to make sure that you're not inside the gap that they got to block. So I just think we did a good job with trying to adjust on their scheme that they had going on. I know that they probably made some adjustments at halftime that led them to improve in the run game a little bit more. So I think after we adjusted to their adjustment, that we did a good job of stopping the run.
How valuable is a game like this when it comes down to the end? You know, the first three haven't necessarily been decided in the fourth quarter, but this one was.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you play a team and it's a blowout, it sometimes don't feel like a really like a win. I think this game kind of defines like how it feels to win. Of course, we made some mistakes and things like that, but when it's a close game and you're doing the right things and the other team is doing the right things, it kind of brings out which team is actually better. I know the way football been going now is like any team can win. So when it's a good battle between the two teams, this win feels a little bit more different.
Obviously, heading into conference play now, you know, just how important is it to stay the course? You know, keep the same mentality and know that all your goals are still ahead of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. And I know Coach Huff, he does a good job with making sure that we're disciplined. He holds us accountable. He holds me accountable. I know sometimes where dudes at some schools doesn't really get held and the kind of the accountability that they're supposed to. And I think Huff does a good job. And he puts everybody on the same plane. And I think he does a good job with just making sure that we're dialed in, we're disciplined. And I think we're ready for our conference play. Now it's, I mean, every game before this was important, but now it's a different type of importance because this is going to affect our season. If we're trying to win the conference championship, that we're going to have to just lock into a different level that we have been previously.
Anything further for Mike?
Appreciate y'all.